Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Franquicia Flyguys Dynasty here on NCAA 14 College Football Revamped. The Flyguys have started their season at 0-2 with some pretty bad losses, and Coach Alejandro is ready to get this thing popping against Georgia State this week. They will be coming into New Mexico. We got a couple of prospects visiting, two really good ones that we'll be talking about in next episode's recruiting special, as we'll have a bye week after this ball game. Welcome to Estadio Ganadores here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. The player to watch out for on Georgia State is Sam Pinckney, a star receiver, and Brown will start with it. The quarterback, Cornelius Brown, with an 8-yard run on the read option, is how Georgia State will start. Here goes Dixon, Jaquan Dixon. He'll lose 4 yards, so a 3rd and 6. Good job thus far by FU. Brown drops back to throw. It's caught by Pinckney, but it's a loss of 1. So a forced punt by the Flyguys. This is good to see. Here is Wright dropping back to throw. Some good protection there as he gets it away to Antonio de la Cruz for 5 yards. But a 4th and 2. FU's going to go for it. They said FU with de la Cruz for 8 yards and a first down. There goes the Flyguys. Here's Wright. He's going to roll right, and he's going to take off with it. There goes Wright down to the 25-yard line with a 15-yard run and a first down. Flyguys offense is rolling. Here goes Leroy Hall with a big gash up the middle for 14 yards. And the Flyguys are flying down the football field today. Here's Steve Wright. He's going to roll right again, and he's got room this time. Right side, touchdown Flyguys. A lead for Franquicia. Flyguys are up 7-0. Here's Cornelius Brown. Plenty of time. He's literally got all kinds of time. And there's a tackle finally after a 23-yard gain. Brown then on a 3rd and 12 throws left side to Thrash. Can they bring him down? What a hit at the end of that play to finally bring him down. So ensuing punt, no, it is a fake and a drop by Murray Jr. That's how the first quarter comes to a close, 7-0. We'll be right back. All right, before we get back into our Sun Belt game, we got number 10 Indiana and number 18 Michigan State going on at the same time at Spartan Stadium. Let's take a look at how their first quarter went. Michael Penis Jr. with the interception. I know it's Penix, but that's my joke. Like it, love it, hate it, I don't care. Michael Penis Jr. with the interception. Here he is again. Another opportunity, another deep shot. This time it's completed down inside the 30 to Deshaun Brown for 27 yards. 2 catches for 33 thus far on the day for Brown. That would lead to this Indiana Hoosiers field goal. And the Hoosiers take a 3-0 lead at the end of the first quarter. Let's get you back onto the field at the Estadio Ganadores for Flyguys second quarter action. 3rd and 8. Steve Wright under heavy pressure gets it away, but we've got a flag. Pass interference on the Georgia State defense. It's Antavius Lane called for the penalty. First down FU. So here's Steve Wright taking the snap, and he goes down for a loss of 8. Getting in is Akeem Smith. So ensuing punt. Look at the beauty of a punt. Out of bounds at the 6. What a punt by Johnson. So Georgia State takes over. Here's Cornelius Brown. Look at this. Everybody laid out on the ground. Antonio de la Cruz gets up and makes the tackle. Remember, he's our two-way specialty player. There's a throw up the middle to Krettel. And Zacchaeus Krettel, I guess that's the best name I can say. I mean, that's the best I can do. There goes Cornelius Brown, right side on the read option. De La Cruz giving chase. Chases him to the middle of the football field where he is finally brought down, but it's first down, Georgia State. Here goes Carroll to the right side. Edwards misses a tackle, and Marcus Carroll with a 5-yard touchdown run ties it up. A 3rd and 3. Leroy Hall barely picks it up. with a 5-yard gain. So Fly Guys on the move again. It's 3rd and 12. A little bit of time for Wright, but no one open on the play. He's sacked for a loss of 12. Fly Guys would have to punt. Here's Cornelius Brown up the middle to Green. First down play to Amon Green. I'm going to call him Amon because there already was an Amon Green. Green Bay Packers, a legend. Here goes Cornelius Brown running on 3rd and 2. He's brought down. And that would lead to a 4th and 2. Georgia State lining up for this field goal of around 49 yards. It is up, and it is good. Barely gets over the crossbar, but it does, and Georgia State takes their first lead of the game. Here goes Wright. He's going to roll right. Look at all the defenders giving chase. Wright breaks a tackle, and he's finally brought down after a gain of 18. Only 7 seconds remaining, though, and he throws this one. Look at De La Cruz with a 15-yard layout. So last play potentially of the half. It's a deep shot to De La Cruz, and Antavius Lane deflects it. That's how we're going to go into the half here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, at the Estadio Ganadores. We will be back after this. And we're back to check out that second quarter in Michigan, as there's the throw for Penis over to Javon Swinton for 6 yards. That would lead to another Indiana field goal try here with 3 to go in the half. 6-0 lead Indiana. Indiana again threatening on the Michigan State side, but that is intercepted. What a play. It would lead to nothing for Michigan State. Here's the punt, the ensuing punt. And look at this return. It is a fumble. Michigan State would pick this up. 3 turnovers by the Indiana Hoosiers in the first half of play. That is embarrassing. You got to come to play better than that. That is a big fumble right there. It gives Michigan State a shot. With no time left on the clock in the half, why wouldn't you take a field goal and cut this lead in half? Instead, bonehead coaching leads to a deficit of 6-0 at the half for number 18 home team, Michigan State. So back on the field at Estadio Ganadores, here is the Fly Guy starting with the football. Moore breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle. Moore into the open field, and he is finally brought down from behind after a gain of 46. Dwayne Moore with a big play. Here's a throw up the middle to De La Cruz for 7 yards. Big pickup for FU and the Fly Guys. So Wright with just 94 yards passing, but it's been an exciting game. Here he goes running the football on the read option for the touchdown. 2 rushing touchdowns for Steve Wright on this ball game. The Fly Guys regain the lead. Here goes Cornelius Brown dueling Steve Wright with the run games. And Cornelius Brown will pick up 12 there. Now the 3rd and 4 later on, they go screen to Carroll. Get to him. They can't do it. Marcus Carroll picks up 9 and a first down for Georgia State. Here's Cornelius Brown. He's got plenty of time. Throws left side. It's complete to Krettel. And he is brought down after a gain of 13 yards. New set of downs for Georgia State. Here's Brown going right side. Wide open. It's Pinckney. Told you we needed to watch Sam Pinckney. 22-yard score. And Georgia State will take their lead back by a field goal. Time's a ticking in the 3rd quarter. Here goes Hall. Leroy Hall up the middle. And that is a great run for Hall. 82 rushing yards for FU so far today. 11 runs for 52 yards for Hall. Here is Wright. He's going to roll to his left now. Wright's going to take off. Wright inside the 20 and finally brought down. Gain of 23 for Steve Wright, and that is how the 3rd quarter comes to a close here in Albuquerque. Estadio Ganadores, it's 17-14. Georgia State leads. We'll be right back after these messages. All right, we are back to take a look at the game in succession with ours, the Michigan State ball game. And look at this screen pass all the way down the right sideline inside the 15-yard line for Elijah Collins. That would set up this Michigan State field goal on 4th and 11. It is good. They finally cut the lead in half. Imagine they could have tied this ball game. But here's Michael Penis Jr. throwing a deep one up the middle. It is intercepted. Another turnover for this Hoosiers offense. 4 on the afternoon thus far. Angelo Gross with the interception. So Michigan State on a play fake here. There's a nice throw right sideline and finally brought down nearing the 20-yard line. That would lead to this as the time expired in the third quarter. Michigan State has tied it up in Spartyville. Let's get you back on the field at Estadio Ganadores for the final quarter of this Fly Guys Georgia State game. Here's Campbell with the catch on 2nd and 6. Picks up 9, and he rumbles inside the 5-yard line. His first catch of the day. So now here's Wright looking. He's going to roll to his right side. There's nobody there yet. Going to throw and nearly intercepted, deflected away. Fly Guys don't pick up the touchdown. They will take this field goal try from Miller to tie it up at 17 all. So Georgia State with 5:02 to play. There goes Marcus Carroll. He loses a yard. Georgia State's got a punt. Cummings, 2 sacks on the day. Here goes Leroy Hall with the gash up the middle. He's been good today. 13 yards rushing there. He's got 15 for 72. So here's the read option. Wright breaks a tackle, but he's brought down anyway. Steve Wright loses 2. Jordan Venezial gets him, and the field goal attempt from Miller is no good. It is way off. So here is Cornelius Brown with it now, and Thrash breaks a tackle, goes up the right sideline inside the 30, and he's finally knocked out of bounds at about the 22. Here's a 3rd and 8 for Brown up the middle. He got Green, Amon Green for 20. And a quick strike for Georgia State. 1:01 to play for Wright and the FU offense. Campbell breaks a tackle. Campbell! Past midfield to the 45 with a 34-yard gain. FU's in business. 36 seconds to play. Here's a throw that's threading the needle for Wright to De La Cruz for the 7th time today. Now 22 seconds left. Here's Wright looking for a receiver. He's got Cochran. Jimmy Cochran for a 3-yard catch. He's got 2 catches on the ball game. 13 seconds remain. There's Wright to the end zone. Edwards could not haul it in. 10 seconds left on a 3rd and 10. Here's Wright to the end zone. Diving play. De La Cruz for 13 yards and a score. FU with the comeback. They try to ice Miller on the extra point. It does not work out. We are tied. 6 seconds to go in this 4th quarter. Here's Cornelius Brown. They're going to go with the screenplay. And nice play. 12 yards for Marcus Carroll, but nowhere near scoring. And the time has expired in this 4th quarter. We're going to OT, baby. But before we do that, the conclusion to the Michigan State-Indiana game, or did this one go to OT? We'll see. Only 1:04 left. What a run for Michigan State's Elijah Collins. He has made some huge plays in this ball game for the Michigan State offense. I know it doesn't look like anyone's made plays, with the score being 6-6. There's a nice throw. And a 12-yard play for Gillison will get Michigan State into field goal range here, long field goal range. Here's a throw left side. What a catch by Ricky White on the left sideline. His 3rd catch for 37 yards. Michigan State, they said field goal. Hell no. Elijah Collins with a 1-yard touchdown run with 18 seconds remaining in the ball game, and that is how number 18 will knock off number 10. Indiana came into Spartyville, and they were not ready to tango with the Spartans. So let's go back to Estadio Ganadores and find out what happens in this Franquicia Fly Guy game right after this. And here we go, Wright with it first. And Wright chased down, it's a fumble! Picked up by Clark of Georgia State. Oh no, it is going to be up to the defense. They got to right, and now Cornelius Brown, left side throw. Carroll breaks a tackle. Carroll inside the 10. Georgia State is going to pull this off, aren't they? There's Cornelius Brown, breaks a tackle, touchdown. Georgia State comes away and escapes Albuquerque with a humongous win, as it could have been embarrassing to lose to a team who let up 52 points each of their first 2 weeks. Cornelius Brown gets player of the game with 219 passing, over 80 rushing, and Georgia State gets the victory in overtime, 30-24. Steve Wright played really well today, 14-25. Touchdown, no interceptions. Leroy Hall even did well, 72 yards rushing, right at 57 yards rushing. 2 touchdowns, a broken tackle, a 20-yard run. Of course, he did have basically the game-losing fumble. Antonio de la Cruz was dynamic. I mean, 79 yards on 8 catches is what you want to see from him. You want volume from your most talented player on the squad. Mark Cummings, good to see him doing something. It's been a bit since we've seen him do a lot, so there we go. A couple of sacks for him. He made an impact today. Got to be happy with how this game went, but let's get into some highlights of some other games. Number 25, Texas going to Bryant-Denny Stadium in Tuscaloosa to take on number 13, Alabama. Alabama with a 6-0 lead. There's a fumble picked up by Bama, and they are going to scoop and score this for 6 late in the third quarter. Alabama takes an even bigger lead over Texas, and they would end up winning that ball game 16-0. So Texas likely unranked next week, as they were only number 25. Then we go to Texas State. Yes, a Sun Belt school going to Jack Trice Stadium to take on number 15, Iowa State. Can they knock off the Cyclones? I know my man JT Gaming would like that. There's Marcel Barbie with a 7-yard touchdown. Look at this, Brady McBride, 7 for 7 for 77. I mean, I couldn't make that up if I wanted to. There's a run for Calvin Hill as well. Texas State getting that 14-3 lead into the second quarter. Here goes the run, and Iowa State, man, if you can run the read option like that, there he goes. Big run for Deckers. And Iowa State's in business here. 3rd and goal. They're going to do it again. Deckers, touchdown. Hunter Deckers, 2 rushing TDs to bring Iowa State back. They're up 22-14. They have the ball again later in the fourth quarter. Here's a deep throw right side. That is caught, broken tackle inside the 10-5, touchdown. And Iowa State with the throw there from Deckers to Hutchinson. He was 12 of 13 to that point. Iowa State ends up winning by 15 over Texas State, 29-14 at home. Here's another big one at Tiger Stadium. Go Tigers, get the gat, get the gat, get the gat. Number 9, Georgia coming in, the sissy red shirts. And we'll see what happens with LSU. Coach O would like to get a victory here and a nice upset win. That's a big throw and catch. Keyshawn Butte for 25 yards from Max Johnson. He's got 69 yards. Very nice. Here's Max Johnson again on 3rd and inches to the end zone. Coy Moore showing up and making a touchdown grab, 17-3. Georgia, though, trying to fight back at the end of the third here. Nice toss to Kenny McIntosh for the 2-yard touchdown run. Later on, it's 20-10. Here's another run. Kendall Milton for a yard. Georgia's rushing game brings them back into the ball game, but LSU does end up knocking them off at home, 20-17. Number 9, Georgia goes down. And then the Sun Belt special of the week, Appalachian State versus Western Kentucky. And DC Tabscott, what a freaking name. He scores. App State takes a 10-0 lead, but Western Kentucky coming right back. There's Daywood Davis for 7 yards and a touchdown. Later on at the end of the first half, they got another opportunity, and it's another throw into the end zone. This time it's Mitchell Tinsley for 24 yards and a score. Carson Baker's been playing pretty well in the highlighted games we have had of Western Kentucky. There's Dawood Davis again. 3 touchdown passes for Baker. And now this time, look at the flip. Just in the nick of time to get the touchdown. It counts as a throw, so Carson Baker with 4 touchdowns. And Western Kentucky with the 31-13 victory. Looking at some other scores around the country, Clemson gets the win, Texas A&M gets a win, USC gets a win, FSU. Washington State knocks off UCLA and the Sissy Blue Shirts. Ball State continues with their ranking as they get a win as well. NC State gets a win. Notre Dame over Duke. Florida over Tennessee. Utah getting a nice win over Michigan. And so there are your top 25 scores. Oklahoma State beating Boise State. Here's your Sun Belt scores. Obviously, we had a heartbreaker this week. Penn State barely beats Georgia Southern. That's a bit of a surprise. Mississippi State slams South Alabama. South Carolina slams Troy. And here is your top 25 this week. Everybody up to Arizona State's undefeated. Include Texas A&M, Michigan State, Notre Dame in that. Those teams are not up there. LSU also not up there, even being 4-0. Brad Roberts is leading your Heisman race for Air Force. Go Air Force. Chip Trayanum, I love that name, for Arizona State is up there. So is Jerry and Ely for Ole Miss. A lot of other usual suspects. So we do have a bye next week. We are going to do our recruiting special episode, so you will get to see what is going on the recruiting trail and some of the really good players we are hoping to bring in year 1 recruiting. So I hope you guys are excited for that. If you are, make sure you drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if this is the first video you're ever seeing here. Do not miss a beat in this series or any other on the channel, as it is franchise all the time. Make sure you check out the description for links to my Discord and my Twitch. Come hang out with us outside of just YouTube in this great community that we are building together. If you guys made it to the end of the video, you're the real MVP, and I want you to put OT in the comments section so I know you made it to the end. Thank you guys so very, very much, and if you want to see some more franchise, don't be afraid to click right here to see some more franchise.